Mic Talk Show with your hosts, Cara Black, Darnell Swift, and Carl King II.
Turn it up.
Hey, what's happening, family? You're just in tune for another edition of the Open Mic Talk Show. What's happening, good family? So, without further ado, let me introduce my super soul sister. She's our resident superstar, and she's also my co-MC for the 2025 Juneteenth Freedom Festival in Hobbs, New Mexico. Put your hands together for the incomparable Cara Black.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. So, have you flown on any big planes lately?
No.
Yeah, you haven't flown on any big planes. No, that hasn't happened. Okay, I was curious, if you've been on any, big giant planes that have a McDonald's.
That were gifted to me?
Yeah, that were encompassed inside of this all-being plane. He's in the Middle East right now. And I don't really like to call it the Middle East because it's actually Northern Africa. But okay, okay, whatever. All right, whatever. He's there and he's, quote unquote, making deals. Right. Just outright in the open, flat out tomfoolery and chicanery. Illegal activities, unconstitutional acts, just running roughshod over the American people. He also did the tariff game. He bowed down because he was getting spanked by China, who said, "We will not bend the knee to you, Mr. Donald Trump." And, after we get your perspective on those things, sis, I want to talk about a man who I feel like people should know who he is. This man is, in my opinion, I believe he's going to change the world. His name is Ibrahim Traore. He is the president of Burkina Faso, the land of the upright people. This brother is incredibly dynamic. We'll touch on that in a moment. First of all, sis, what I've been saying it. What is we gonna do? We doomed, sis. We doomed. Come on, give it up. Tell the truth now. We doomed. Come on, let me in now. Come on, tell the truth. We doomed.
Well, we are not doomed. We are not doomed at all.
Okay.
Like I've been saying from the get-go, it's
all right.
Just bringing everything to fruition, shining a bigger light on the hypocrisy that our government has been.
Yeah, hypocrisy. That's a great word because they were all over Joe Biden for loaning his own brother, I believe, $8,000 or whatever, and
right.
Yeah, they were. And this man is being gifted a $500 million plane. Now, first of all, he can't accept gifts without the approval of Congress. He's
right.
obviously not going to listen to that. And, I've stated for a very long time, the only way a constitutional republic can work and be effective if the people who participate in this experiment are actually law-abiding. If they're not, and if on a daily basis they're doing the thuggish, ruggish bone, this is so out of order. Everything that is happening is just so simultaneously right now. He's ignoring about 3 or 4 Supreme Court orders. Nothing's happening. So from my estimation, from my opinion, and from the actions that I've seen taken by this administration, this entire thing has broken completely down.
Yeah. It has totally. First of all, the Republicans have no backbone. They are not at all concerned with what the American public actually wants. They're too busy trying to bend a knee and kowtow to whatever his will or his wishes are because they've made him their king
That's right.
and they want him to be everyone's king. But the American people are like, no, he's the president.
Yeah. It's just a unfortunate turn of events, and we're here. We're definitely here. People talk about a constitutional crisis and what that looks like and all of that. And this guy has situations going on simultaneously that are just flat out, upright, in your face, illegal. He's, I believe, from what I read, he's doubled his wealth already through Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
He's going through these countries and he's making deals, and they seem to be personal deals. Now,
Right.
the emoluments clause. What? So my question to you is just, what was the purpose of having all these things in place if they're not going to implement them or try to do anything to stop this? They have the emoluments clause. This guy has been shattering it, spitting on it, setting it on fire for what, 10 years now or so? Easy? I don't know, if not more.
Right, exactly. He believes it doesn't apply. Well, he thinks that we are at war. You know, he's saying that we're at war with minorities, people from different countries, especially the war on immigration. That's his
Okay.
war.
Okay.
And he's saying he can use that because we are at war. But at the same time, he's saying that the borders are secure.
Right.
And you've transplanted all these people to
El Salvador. Yeah. Yeah.
So, where is the war? You know, it's crazy.
It's frightening
And Homeland
because
Security is like, you know, not. It's everybody's just doing whatever he wants.
this is true. He's now, you can really tell in the first administration that this man, even as bad as he was and as awful as he was, he definitely had some people that were holding him back, if you will. He didn't really know how government worked, how to move efficiently and effectively through the government. So what he learned is just, I'll just wipe everybody out completely. Just, hey, I ain't gonna even be talking to nobody. I'm just gonna wipe everybody out and do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. He's just firing folks left and right, indiscriminately, like nobody's business. It's really tragic. We'll keep having all these incidents across the country with airline issues. It's frightening. It's frightening. And I'm telling you, we're in a really, really tough situation right now. We're in a really tough situation. This is a tough situation. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in the midst of the biggest, baddest name in talk. This is the strength, knowledge, and power of the Open Mic Talk Show. Cara Black, Carl L. King, the second Darnell Swift will be joining us on the short. So,
Okay.
sis, the plane. Do you think he's going to actually be able to keep it?
Oh, I think he's going to keep it regardless.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I think so as well. He's been getting pushback, and one of his replies to that was, it's going to go in his museum. Then he said he would leave it to the next administration. He's going back and forth, but said that it was going to go in his own private museum. And first of all, what is that museum going to look like? My goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
What is that museum going to look like? And
I'm sure he's already got somebody working on it right now.
I'm sure. He's doing things much like he did in his first term where he's throwing so much stuff up against the wall. He's basically just overwhelming the system, if you will. He's really, really good at that. In overwhelming the system, they don't have a time to respond to one thing. He's doing something else. I mean, this guy simultaneously right now is ignoring 3 or 4 Supreme Court orders. He has not restarted the flow for USAID, the funding that was already earmarked by Congress. That is flat out illegal. He's doing several things that are illegal, and there's a pushback, but what does that really mean?
Well, it means that more and more Americans are becoming aware of the situation at hand and how crazy the situations are. You've got him trying to appoint someone to the U.S. Surgeon General who never did a residency,
Right.
does not have a practice,
Right.
and just because Bobby said he liked her.
And she was number 1 in her class at Stanford. She's a real sharp cookie.
Yeah.
Now, isn't it very interesting how it was such a big hullabaloo regarding DEI and all of that stuff? And throughout the administration, nothing but unqualified DEI or DUI candidates, appointees, just across the board. Phenomenal. The other day, I happened to catch the gentleman who's head of the FBI, Mr. Kash Patel. The FBI budget was due weeks ago,
Right.
and with it not being due, it's illegal, and he got snarky and rude and funky, had an attitude, with the people who are trying to oversee and make sure the checks and balances are in place. The checks and balances have completely failed, completely broken down. And let me ask you this. Can we go back after this to this quote unquote bipartisanship and all that? Sis, this thing is dead. It's dead. How can, okay, what do you think? I'll be quiet.
Well, I don't think we can go back. I think that's the whole point. To see where the system is broken. I think the only way that the American people are going to really get behind any government is that it is a government that is really for the people, by the people.
That's right.
We can't have people, elected officials, who are in a position for years and years. You got like 90-year-olds who are just now deciding to retire from their Senate seats, and that old guard, that holding on, it's ridiculous. They shouldn't be there for a lifetime. It's not a lifetime appointment. I don't even think the U.S. Supreme Court should be a lifetime.
It should not
appointment.
be. It should not be. Absolutely.
Because generations change and our ideologies change constantly. So
not only that, those people, when they have those lifetime position, more times than not, it's played out right before our very eyes in real time, they become corrupt. And they use that as a real big stick, man, wielding a lot of power. And what can you do? Not a whole lot. We have the most unethical, law-breaking, flat-out thuggery that has been happening in the Supreme Court in the history of this country. Now, I will say this. Maybe because it's so brazen and out in the open, because, of course, the Supreme Court and all of the federal entities and the government has been corrupt for a long period of time. We've known that. But the outright brazenness, just in your face, like, and what you gonna do about it? And what? And that is exactly what Trump is doing. He's putting this stuff right out here in your face, in the open, hoping that somehow that it being right at the forefront, somehow it'll anesthetize you a bit or desensitize you, where you won't just feel how incredibly wrong and illegal that it is.
Right. Don't watch what I do. Do what I say. That's the philosophy. They just U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington D.C. is got a former Fox News host, uh, Janine.
Janine
Janine
Wag,
Pirro is going to be.
Janine Wag the wine bag Piro. Boy, I tell you, she's something. I tell you. Oh man,
Yeah.
you know
So
something.
that's how,
So basically, one of the qualifications to be in Trump's administration is you have to be a former Fox News employee and you have to be an unethical, law-breaking nincompoop, I guess. And if you put all those together, you'll have an outstanding opportunity to be a part of the Trump administration.
what happened to Marco Rubio? He used to be.
Nah. So Marco Rubio, what he's doing is positioning himself for the next run. That's what he's doing. He's positioning himself to run for president because he knows that he needs MAGA. And here's the thing. Regardless of what happens, regardless if The Simpsons in that oh so famous episode, if prophecy is fulfilled and the light shines down and somehow the Simpson episode becomes true, it still will not erase Trumpism. People now know that if you become flat out in your face racist, that you will have a loyal constituency in this country. We'll never be able, I don't think we're ever going to be able to go back to regular politics. I think maybe Trump obviously is going to die, but I don't believe Trumpism will.
Well, I mean, racism has been around forever, so that's something that I don't know that we can heal from because it's something that's taught, and once you get an ideology, kind of just like Superintendent Ryan wants to teach the kids about the steal of the election.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible.
You want to focus on that, and you want to get away from the leftist nutbags, and they're pushing their ideology onto your children. But what about you, sir? What about you?
It's incredible. It's incredible. I understand there's a little rift between Kevin Stitt and Ryan Walters. I knew what happened at some point because I know that Ryan Walters has been positioning himself. He's been jockeying for a position to join the Trump administration.
Oh, I'm sure. Hey, every chance he gets, he's making Oklahoma great again.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Now,
he is. Mm-hmm.
Shifting gears, sis, I'm so excited to do the show with you today because it's something that I've been wanting to talk to you about for quite some time, and it's really got my mind blown, and I didn't quite know how to process it, and I said, man, I can't wait to talk to Cara about this and get her perspective, and let's really chop this thing up. So, as I alluded to earlier, the leader of Burkina Faso, the land of the upright people, his name is Ibrahim Traoré. This young brother is incredibly, incredibly dynamic. And some of the things that he's done so far, he's kicked Western media out of his country. So people from French media and American media are no longer allowed in his country. He just recently got back from Moscow, meeting with Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin personally sent jets to escort this man from Africa all the way to Russia. Did a partnership, not gifting any money, partnership. This brother is not about people giving him anything. He wants to partner with you, have an alliance with you, not be in debt to you. Now, before we delve off into Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso, land of the upright people, have we been looking at people like Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, have we been looking at these people through a wrong lens, through a lens that is not true to who they are as leaders? All of the people, all of the countries who have colonized Africa. Russia has never colonized Africa. I don't believe China has either. I'm not 100% sure about that, and I don't believe North Korea has as well. I think that through Western media, obviously, we're a part of that, but our peers have led people, I believe, amok. They have led them astray in regards to leaders from other countries. Now, man, that really, really opened my eyes about Vladimir Putin. What's your perspective about that?
Well, I can say that propaganda is real in all countries. We all use some form of propaganda, especially against our perceived enemies. His relationship with this country, I don't really know. I don't. I know the information that you're giving me. I don't really know anything about it, but I can say that all of the leaders or the leaders of the world have used some sort of propaganda against their enemies. If you go to North Korea, they will definitely have there's propaganda. All right, North Korea or South Korea, both of them.
Yeah.
Against their enemies.
Sure.
It's something that they are taught from when they are very, very young that America is the enemy and not our friend. I think more in South Korea.
Yeah.
So that's something that's been existing, and unless you really know a man, you can't really perceive who they are just from what someone else says.
Right. Well, I know that he feels like Africa being independent is important. Now, speaking about Ibrahim Traore, man, this brother is he's incredibly dynamic. I remember the first time I heard him speak, I was just in awe. This man is, he's just incredibly poised, dignified, and he has so much respect and love for his country. He's increased the country's wealth twofold since he's been in office. He has lowered the salaries of people who are in government and increased the salaries of civil servants, the people who actually do the work. He's implemented so many things to root out corruption and people not doing things in an honorable way. I've never seen anything like it. So, of course, the United States, Donald Trump and his ilk are trying to hate on him, much like they did with Muammar Gaddafi. How wrong were we? How wrong were we about that, brother? I'm so ashamed. I am ashamed, and I'm just going to say it on air. I am ashamed of myself. I am ashamed. I let these people here tell me and soil my thought process of one of the greatest brothers on the planet. He's just a phenomenal brother. And the way Western media portrayed him when he wouldn't let the World Bank, when he wanted all of the colonizers out of Africa, they killed him. Also, that is the first time that I gave Barack Obama the side eye, because that was during his administration. Him and Hillary Clinton were instrumental in his death. He was trying to throw all of the people out of Africa, use the continent's natural resources to back up their own dollar. No other continent in the world could do that. So, of course, they sullied his name. They lied on him, disrespected him. So, when they did what they did, it would go over smoothly. They killed that man like a dog in the street. It was unbelievable. And they're trying to do the same thing to this great brother. The same exact playbook. I heard some information not long ago. Basically, it's the African playbook. How is Africa the world's leader in resources, but the countries are so poor? How is that possible? It's all by design. It's all by design. And we're going to jump off into this subject more as we go forward. I want to educate my brothers and sisters about Ibrahim Traore and all of the great work he's doing. This brother is poised to quite possibly be the United States of Africa's first president.
He's the youngest. He's only 37 years old.
Unbelievable. One of his right-hand men, beside him, has already been offered $5 to $8 million to assassinate him. They're coming left and right. They're sending in people who present themselves as honorable and wanting to do work with the people of Burkina Faso. And he's rooting them out left and right. And he's basically just blowing their game up right out in public. He does not shake hands. He does not shake hands. He does not hug. He does not hug. This man is so incredibly dynamic. I'm blown away by the brother. First of all, he gives everybody, men and women, he taps fists. First of all, so nobody will be able to, it'll be much harder to poison him that way through putting poison on his hands and different things. And also, he's will never have himself in a situation where somebody's going to be accusing him of sexual assault or trying to touch on them or something. No, because he's not going to hug you. See? So this man,
not even a church hug.
No church hugs allowed. He is going to give me 5 feet, huh? Come on now, come on, back up, step on back. No. He has 3 children. He's loyal to his wife, and I'm telling you, man, this brother, I am so impressed by this brother. I have been reading information daily, just updating my mental Rolodex, my mental computer, my own knowledge about this brother, because I'd heard, bits and pieces, but I wasn't in the know, and I started reading about him, and I'm just, man, incredible. So as we go forward, we're going to be educating you, and we're going to also talk about, going forward, what that means for America, because we're going to tie this into you and how and what this means in your life as a Black American going forward. So we're going to be talking about Ibrahim Traore quite a bit as we go forward. And right now, we're going to shift gears because we are now going to talk about the 2025 Hobbs Juneteenth Freedom Festival with my co-MC, Super Soul Sister, Cara Black. Cara, are you ready for the big time down in the land of enchantment?
I am. The land of enchantment is beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful people. Oh,
it is.
Man, and the stars are so bright at night that you can reach out and touch them.
Shine bright like a diamond.
It's like it's amazing. Coming home for a family reunion.
Yeah, you're just looking up and the sky is just, it's like you're exposed to the heavens. You can just reach up and just touch the heavens. It's right there. It's incredible, man. I loved it. It's really, really, it was a little hot during the day. You know what I mean? That thing,
A little hot, yeah.
well, steamy down there, during the day. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it was. I said, my goodness, is somebody cooking fish around here? Something's hot as fish grease down here. My goodness, what is going wrong? I'm telling you. But at night, oh, man. Oh, it was so nice and cool and breezy. And quite the opposite of the fish grease days, if you will. Quite the opposite.
Yeah, stay hydrated during the day.
Man,
There's a lot going on. We're gonna have a really good time down there. We got the car show happening.
absolutely. Got the car show. Man, gonna be a lot of cars and motorcycles, and my man Big Money's gonna be rolling down through there on his dirt bike. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm also excited about Praise in the Park. So Praise in the Park is happening on Sunday. We're going to be having an interview with the gentleman who's coordinating that and putting that together. A lot of local churches are going to be a part of that, and they're looking forward to it. And of course, an opportunity may present itself for me to, do something.
Okay.
Possibly. Maybe.
Yeah.
Saturday. Oh, man. So, of course, you got the parade, They got the big parade. It's going to be fun. We got the media camps for kids. We're going to be teaching kids basic components of broadcast journalism, putting them on the mic, giving us some terms to learn, educating them. And it's going to ultimately culminate with a Juneteenth Freedom Festival podcast being put on exclusively by the kids. We're excited about that, man. Yeah, we're excited about it.
Yes.
Also, you have the big music festival. You got the Cara Black Experience, 14K, Rob Black, and Uncle Funk and Friends. And of course, your host, Carl King II and Cara Black will be holding you down all night long. Sis,
Yes.
is this my time? Do I get a chance this time?
Yes. Your time is coming soon.
Is it for real? What?
Yep.
What? Let the people. What am I gonna get a chance to do?
Yeah.
It's cold, sis. I'm serious. This is cold. I mean, okay. So, check it out. So, I'm gonna introduce you and bring you out for your set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before that, how about I just kind of like do my thing and then you kind of just come up and like join me? We like merge and like put, you know what I mean? Something like remix it on the stage right there.
Sounds interesting.
Man, all this time, ladies and gentlemen, I've known this woman for decades now. And I've been trying. And she keep telling me time and time again, just keep it, my time is coming. And I've never had that opportunity, but I digress. And I'm going to keep hope alive. I'm going to keep practicing
Stay
and
ready
keep
so you ain't
being
got to get ready.
That's always my motto, I've been, hitting the timbre, off my feet, everything, practicing, just staying ready in case I can get that call, that moment. That one moment in time,
Mm-hmm.
It's just that one shot in the dark or one shot in the light, whatever. Just, oh man, come on, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to the biggest, baddest name in talk. We are the Big Bad Open Mic Talk Show. Good sister, what do you have for the people before we check out? Are you performing anywhere?
Well, I'm not performing anywhere anytime next month. I'm doing a 1 month at Burn by Rocky Patel. So first of the month I will be there.
All right.
But for the good people, I'd like to say this to you: be diligent, be aware, and watch your back, because ICE is out there.
Woo!
And they just picking up everybody these days. So.
They picking up everybody. So with that being said, stay close. More great music on the way. This has been the Open Mic Talk Show. And this is O City FM HD. The people you know, the music you love, real radio is back. And this hour of the Open Mic Talk Show is powered by the 2025 Hobbs Juneteenth Freedom Festival. Stay close.
We certified. Thank you for listening to the biggest, baddest name in talk. We are the Open Mic Talk Show. You know what it is?